guys have almost made it through all the hard work of this unit. We are down to the very tail end of everything that we need to finish today. So today in language arts, we're doing the review 1107 of the entire mod 11. It would also be a good day for those of you who haven't turned in 1101, 1102, 1103, 1104, 1105, and 1106 to be working on that. 1106 is the story. It's not actually due until tomorrow, but make sure that you've got your story done and ready to turn in tomorrow. And then I see that I set the end of unit test 1108 for Friday, but if you're ready to take the end of unit test, you could get started on it today. Sometimes those are kind of long. One thing I wanted to point out is I'm noticing a pattern of many of you, when you come to the ones where you have to write a summary, you just skip that question and get it wrong. The problem with that is learning how to write a summary is actually a super important skill for two reasons. One, you're often asked to write summaries on tests, and you might say, well, tests aren't that important, but actually tests are, in our society, they're how you get into special programs. They're how you get scholarships to help you pay for school. They're how you get internships, and they're how you get into things like medical school and law school. And so learning how to take tests is actually pretty important. Learning how to read something and summarize it is pretty important. The other reason that summaries are important is because, believe it or not, summaries are one of the times where you have to write less. So it's easy to read something and then say single thing that happened in the story. It's harder to read something and ask yourself, what are just the most important points? So I think I've kind of said in the past, one good rule of thumb is for every paragraph, you write at least one sentence. So if you have a story that's 3 paragraphs long, then maybe your summary is 3 sentences long. If you have a story that's 10 paragraphs long, you might think, oh, I need to write a really long summary for this. Nope, we just want it kind of quick. Summaries include the most important information. They don't usually include specific details. So like on the story about John and Paul and their friends, you know the friends' names because you read the story. That's not important to tell somebody else. They're not going to remember that. So you would just say, John on his birthday went to New York with 4 friends or 5 friends. I can't even remember how many it was. You wouldn't really list their names. So please try the summaries. It's a good time to practice. It's not a high stakes time, because if you get it wrong, I can just give you feedback on how to write a better summary, how to make it more like where you include more of the important information or where you include less of the not so important information, either one of those things. Please do the summary part. So that's 1108, the end of mod 11 chapter. And when you come back after spring break, we'll be starting a new module in language arts, but we are down to the last 3 modules. So we're getting close to the end of the year, my friends. And then in math today, I was just looking at that. So today's Wednesday. In math today, we're doing the project-based assessment. We're finishing it up so that it'll be ready to turn in by tomorrow. Several of you have already turned it in. I'll go through those last couple of problems. I think I kind of went through them yesterday, but I'll take a look at them today. And then in science, we're going to be doing the next one. So we did 1101, 1102. Now we're doing 1103 today. And your writing just needs to get done. Hi, Evie. What's your question? Yes, I see it in chat. So yes, that's the answer is yes.
And also it doesn't say I have any assignments for today, but I do see like science and like math and like language arts for tomorrow, but it says I don't have any assignments today.
So the problem is you guys are often looking at the calendar and your to-do list, but you have to look at the agenda every day. So like this week, when you look at the agenda, you can see today there's no assignments on that calendar, but if you look at the agenda, it tells you all sorts of things to do, right? So you have to look at the agenda every day. You can't just look at the calendar or the to-do list, because I can't assign everything. I can't assign the lessons to pop up or anything like that. Does that make sense, Evie?
Yeah.
So you have to look at the agendas. That's where it really is. Okay. And then today we have the Heart of Reading group and the Untitled group meeting. So please make sure you've gone on and looked at your Google Docs to see what you need to turn in there. Any questions about what's going on this week? Okay. And then on Friday, Hunter and Javen will be reading their stories out loud to us. And anyone else, do I have anyone else right now who knows they want to read on Friday for us? You're proud of your story you wrote and you want to read it? And what I usually tell kids is if your story is way too long, if it's like, I'd say more than 3 pages, I would recommend you pick the best part of the story and read that to us. But we will be having a writer's celebration on Friday. Okay, let me see if I got through everything. Oh, and Hunter, Luis, Evie, and Javier, I still haven't met with you guys to talk about math. The last unit where we did the discussion-based assessment. So you need to chat with me about math sometime in private.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You did talk with me, Evie?
Yeah, we
went through it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I must have marked it wrong on yours. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I will mark it off. Okay. Evie, there we go. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Javen, question?
So it's the Model 11 writing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So before we go to breakout rooms, and I'll go to a breakout room with you, Evie, I wanted to tell you that this game that we're going to play in the breakout rooms today is called Scattergories. And one person, let's say the person who's the oldest in your breakout room, so check your birthdays and see who's oldest, gets to pick a letter from the alphabet. Don't pick too hard of a one or it won't be fun because that's hard. And then these are the categories. So look in the chat right now and see if you got the categories. Copy the categories so that you'll have them. And what you do when you go to your breakout room is in chat, you try to brainstorm something that starts with that letter of the alphabet. So for example, if the letter was B, then you would say, let's see, a musical group. What's a musical group that starts with B? That's hard, actually.
Beatles.
Beatles, thank you. A type of drink, beer. A cartoon character, Bugs Bunny. Occupation, what's an occupation? Is it like a job? Barista, that's a guy who makes coffee or a person who makes coffee. Things you throw away. Balloons after they pop. States, what's a state that starts with B? Is there one?
I
don't know if there is a state that starts with B. I can't think of one.
The Bahamas.
Well, then, yeah, let's place a place that starts with B. A vegetable. Bananas, that's not a vegetable.
Broccoli.
Broccoli, thank you. Things at a circus. Balloons, kinds of soup, broccoli, trees, banana trees. Things at a football game.
Birch.
Balls and store names. What's a store name? Anyway, you can do it as a group or you can each do it individually. Make sure you've got that copied. We're going to go to breakout rooms. You guys play the game categories at least one time and then you can go. Any other questions before I go to a breakout room with Evie? Okay, so categories groups, let's see, there are 18 of us here. What do you think, about 4 to a room? 18 divided by 4 is 6 rooms, and then 7 for me. And let's see what happens if I do it right there. That room's good. That room is good. That room is good. Let's see. That room needs some more people. Let's move you to room 4. And move you to room 4. And I will open up the breakout rooms. Let's see if there's any. Oh, Kaino, you ended up in a room all by yourself for some reason. And where's I don't know why. That's weird. Let's see here. Where did Evie go? Evie, where'd you go? There you are. Okay, let me move you guys. Move to
Is someone playing Among Us?
And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Okay, I'm opening the rooms. And
What's that clicking sound?
what's that?
What's that clicking sound? Like someone's playing a game.
Somebody's clicking. Okay, and Evie, I'll join you in room 1. Here we go.
It's kind of, he's giving
Okay, you guys, go play the game. See you later. Breakout rooms, join room 1. Yes. Join you in room 1. It didn't look like it was going to let me in. It did let me in. Hi, Abby. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay,
Oh,
so
wait, I have to stop the recording. Sorry.